All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Bone King's Gambit. Before we do get started today, if you know someone who wants to play in a G-Merit game, I'd love to talk about getting on the wait list because we got some really cool opportunities coming up real soon. If you're interested, go check out the FYI channel in Discord and the Patreon. We got stuff coming up over there as well. We also have a clip contest going on where if you toss a clip or timestamp in the clip contest channel, you'll be automatically entered to win a drawing at the end of the month. We're going to be giving another piece of art at the end of the month. So if you're interested in entering to win, just toss a clip and timestamp. The more interest you put in, the more chances you have to win. Lastly, if you've not checked out our Twitch, our TikTok, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube, do so. It does help us out a ton. Do hit the thumbs up when you watch it. It does help us out. Gets the word out there about what we do. Gets more people to play with you guys. Let's get you guys started because it is time to play some D&D. We have everybody here today, which is awesome. Got so much to cover today. Wanna be a doozy. All right. Well, you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are far down to the southwest here in Noctra, specifically the city of Verathis, where a woman by the name of Linnea has brought you in service of Velcraxis, the Bone Tyrant, a powerful individual who rules over the city from the chained basilica in the distance. You guys went exploring the city last week and found an enigmatic individual by the name of Malric Voss that you guys were following to a nearby library. You were about to go inside as you guys are trying to find out more information about what's going on in the city, etc. Are you guys still interested in going into the library with Malric Voss?
Never waste an opportunity.
I love that motto. Is that the new motto as opposed to what's the worst that could happen?
You know it.
Understood. So, as you guys come into the library, he pushes past several large bookcases and into a back room where the shelves are disheveled and the floor is littered with various tomes. It's obvious that the caretaker of this library is not very diligent. Oh. He turns to you guys as you come in. Close the door behind you, please. Who's closing the door? Or does he have to come behind you barbarians and close it?
I'll close the door.
Behind us.
Whoever's last in line, I presume, will
Ebony
close it.
definitely wouldn't be last, so it's probably Ren just in terms of traveling speed.
Very good.
I'll make Crick do it if no one else does.
Understood.
Poor Crick, man.
Here we are. The old library. You had questions you wanted to ask, not on the streets. I'll do my best to answer. Did you want to know?
Sanctum is looking around, sort of distracted by everything on the shelves. And I'll say, do you keep inventory of what's come in most recently?
Oh, that would be quite easy. Nothing is coming recently.
Well, then I've exhausted my questions.
Oh, well, we apologize. We're not exactly a new library. Tell as he moves some spider webs out of the way.
Sanctum will flutter into the library, looking around.
Okay.
I don't have exact details here, but Sanctum, as you recall, got his mage hand from what is sort of a pact book.
Yes.
And he's never been able to drag a lot of information on who exactly he's made a pact with. I would be inclined to say that he's roaming the library looking for a similar looking tomb of because the one he had doesn't tell the whole story.
Right. Cool. So you go looking around, perusing for dark grimoires involving pacts with demons.
Yeah, or at least the mechanics of it. It's really just flavor if he's investigating
Sure. Let's get your investigation check.
that phenomenon.
Sure. I love this. With an 11, do you have any bonuses you want to do to this?
Not particularly, no. Not that
Very well,
I could.
with an 11, you look around thoroughly and are unable to find dark grimoires involving demonic pacts.
Oh, man. Maybe next time.
You have gotten a general look around the place. Slightly better than general, but
Sure.
not much better than just perusing.
Okay.
You have not found the dark corner of the library. Which does exist, guys. Go check out your library and ask the librarians where the dark corner is.
The children's section.
We're not doing that. Wow.
How about literature regarding the Bone King, in a manner of speaking?
Oh, now that we can help with. This way. And he's going to go over to a section that's quite well stocked, and several of the books are open. Here are legends and lore about Velcraxus, the Bone Tyrant. I don't refer to him as the king, as much as he'd like to be.
This city kind of surprises me that it even has a library. How did this come to be, and how did you come to be in charge of it?
I'm not in charge of it. I'm just here. But the library holds esoteric knowledge gathered from around both Noctra and Tarvir. Wasia is less open with their legends and lore. But this is a repository of knowledge regarding necromantic arts, the pursuit of power, and histories of the area. Cautionary tales, you might say. A couple spell books here and there. And a small smattering of, distasteful fiction.
Well,
Distasteful.
This is right up Ebony's alley, but do you have any recommendations for if we're new to the area? What cautionary tales maybe we should look to first?
He scoffs a little bit. Cautionary tales that you should pay attention to. That's not in here. That's to open the door and look outside at the horrible state of this city. Slaves. The undead walk freely. It's a menace. One time, this city was civilized, powerful. We ruled the areas. At least that's what the stories tell. Then Velcraxus came and sought greater powers. He seeks to control things beyond just the material plane. He believes society is bereft of purpose, that we've achieved all that we can. He neglects our fair country now. Instead, he seeks some, quote, higher purpose, while leaving us to rot.
How long ago was this? Was the city not like this? Do you know?
According to the books, it's been about 130 years, long before my time.
Very interesting.
Velcraxus is a tyrant and has risen to power through a variety of means. None of them tasteful.
You're clearly not a fan of his. Is there anyone in the city you do support to be in charge?
I support whoever would supplant Valpraxis. He is a scourge upon Noctra in general. It's not a good look to have the ones who should be subjugated and obedient running the show, if you know what I mean.
Mm. You said there's a lot of books here about necromancy, right?
Nearly all of them are, in some way or another. This is our legacy. We're once the authors of these books. The reason that the undead are free now, because the powerful necromancers have abandoned them, seeking service of Elcraxis instead of minding their own business. They were masters
So-
of the dark arts.
So the necromancers, they raised up all of these undead after the city fell 130 years ago. There was I was
We've been
before.
necromancers for as long as anyone can remember. Sanctum has been
So
great
there-
inspiration.
So there was lots of
Yeah.
necromancy taking place in the city before Valcraxis arrived, is what you're
Oh,
trying to say.
yes. You could say that Troy has been the birthplace of the arts, of bringing the dead back under our will, twisting that which belongs to us back into our hands instead of the hands of some gods.
I like the way that you talk.
We only seek to claim which is already ours. In Ebony, you've also been great inspiration.
So I can see
While
why you're
this-
not a big fan of Valcraxis.
Not at all. A tyrant is aptly named.
Well, I suppose I'll go and peruse around, look at what's here. Maybe some things I can put in my spell book later.
Of course. Do be careful. Try not to disturb the spider webs. The spiders here are quite toxic.
Ugh. I'll keep that in mind.
He nods.
Rem is gonna peruse the shelves and specifically look for anything on Kalishars and their relationship with their dreamer, and then if he doesn't find anything on that, he's gonna look into any sort of big sleeping curses.
Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's get your investigation check for the books you're looking for here. So with the 9, you're not going to find anything about the Kalashtar or Dreamers, etc., unfortunately.
Yep, checks out.
But you're looking for something regarding sleep. Let me... Something involving sleep. The closest one to that would be The Lantern Beyond the Veil. Title in chat for you. It's a brown book with purple embossing on the side spine and front cover. It looks pretty heavy.
What's the process on borrowing these books, or is this a you can peruse while you're in here sort of situation?
It's a peruse
About
while you're
to
here.
ask.
Study here. Leave the books here. It's generally frowned upon to take them from here.
Can't take things on loan. There was some. I was looking to
can,
hopefully take a
But very
take a.
few people do.
I was hoping to take a book for a few days and then bring it back, but
It's possible. Just know that there are consequences. The Jekyll Library.
consequences you don't return it, or consequences if I take it out in the first place? Is there some rules of the library that you know about?
I do know rules. Discovered them, unfortunately, through experience. The
Okay.
librarian is invisible. Spectre, I believe, who keeps track of any books that come or go that are taken out on loan. When you sign the book out, part of the signature is agreeing to be cursed should the book be tardy. Curse becomes getting worse for each day. At some point, you are reclaimed to the library to serve here once again. Of 3 other specters that did not return the books.
Do you know how long the normal term of the loan is?
It's allowed to be placed on the document. I've seen as many as a month or 6. Should you be tardy by even 1 day, wherein due to task.
Hmm.
Are you sure you don't want to just hang out here and start reading it? We've got the next 2 days free. It's maybe not worth signing your signing your soul on a piece of paper to borrow the book. I mean, what if something happens to it?
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. It's just that I suppose I could come back later when think I'm more capable. It's just that I don't think I'm able to do the rituals I'm looking for quite yet. I haven't really figured out the technique fully. I don't know if the book might only get me some of the way there. It would just be nice if I have it on me so I can try again while we're traveling. But I suppose I could write down my own notes.
Is the library open to the public? Do you have walk-in hours? Could my friend just come back?
The library is by invitation only. You're only
Oh.
here because I am here. But we can provide you with a more formal invitation if you'll come with me.
Maybe. Well, I guess if you checked it out for a month, how do you think? I think that's plenty of time to
I suppose I'm more worried
learn
about the
the things
book
you want to
being
learn.
potentially destroyed. I think that is a good point that you made that I didn't quite think about
Yeah.
initially. I think if it's destroyed, then I'm just screwed, right? I don't think I'd want to put my soul on the line over a book getting destroyed or not. And we get in a lot of fights, so
We could leave
I'd
it
be
at
more
our base of
interested.
operations, and just you
I'd
don't have
be
to
more
bring it with
interested
you
in
whenever we go to a cave.
well, at that
gaining
point, might
that
as well just
long-term
visit the
invitation.
library when we need to when we're in town. But what are there any strings attached to this invitation you're about to offer?
Fortunately, yes. A tattoo is required. And he will roll up his sleeve, and you're going to see a tattoo that matches the emblem on the pedestal behind him.
And is this
Compass rose.
an emblem we've seen at all, or have any reason to know?
Roll a history check.
Nice having you also roll.
Thank you,
history
Rem,
check.
for
Nope.
your history check. You're certain you don't recognize this whatsoever. Ebony, however, is slightly different. There you go. Have fun with that.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the symbol, what does it mean to you?
It's a symbol of the right way, guidance towards true path.
Hmm. Would you say that the necromancers who founded this place would follow this path that you're talking about?
Yes. So that they would want to guide us back to where we came from. To avoid Valcraxis's demented thoughts, names, deluded ideals. Bring us back to power, country.
Hmm. Interesting. Is there a way that we could arrange a meeting with you in the future, or a place that we could contact you to just get into the library without a brand?
I go through town on a daily basis. I am not difficult to find. Or, if you do not find me in the town, we'll either be here or at my home. I would rather you not visit me at my home.
Fair enough. Uh, uh, Ebony just looks over at Fletcher and just says, "Yeah, I think we can just arrange to come back here at some point in the future if I need to reread some of the books. I I'm a little bit, possessive of my own soul. I don't really want to put my soul on the line over something as silly as a book."
Does this
Your
lay
call.
claim to your soul?
Hmm?
Does this lay claim to your soul somehow, this mark?
Well, he was saying that you were forced to serve the library forever if you're too tardy.
No.
Oh,
No, you are not forced to serve the library forever if you take the mark. The mark is only to gain access.
No, not the mark. If you're tardy.
Oh, if you're too tardy, yes.
That's what I was referring to. That's why I didn't really want to take the book. Though I guess you're saying that the mark is this just a mark and nothing more, not like any sort of allegiance or anything like
No,
this.
simply a tattoo, a mark that allows you access and passage, and to the guests here that belong to you.
Real quick, out of character, Rem, can we send thoughts to you, or do you have to be the one to initiate it?
I have to initiate it. I
But-
can send thoughts to anybody within, at the moment, 30 feet. It'll keep getting bigger as we level up. And then I have to activate the ability for them to respond back to me, basically.
Okay, then never mind.
With that, Ebony is gonna just start perusing for books about, like, more like spell books, essentially, looking about
Sure.
how to raise the dead.
Cool. Understood. So, Mind Link has been displayed. Rem.
Yeah, just for future reference.
Yep. So, the book that you're probably looking for is the Bone Rights Codex.
Okay.
And I will put that text in the chat for you guys. And I have the author of that here as Master Osteomancer Kefron. There. And it is the definitive treatise on skeletal anatomy for necromantic practitioners.
Hmm.
It gives detailed diagrams, preservation techniques, methods of identifying remains, and theories on why certain bones retain residual spiritual energy, and how to raise the dead. As per the spell, raise dead.
Ebony was looking as well that not only raising the, like, bringing people back, but also controlling the dead. Kind of like, I guess canonically it would be animate dead, but it's not, like, I don't know
This
that
would be
Ebony
in
would
there
know
as
that
well.
distinction.
Yeah,
Okay.
animate dead would be in here as well.
Okay.
In fact, dominate monster would be in here as well.
Okay. Ebony's gonna, like, jot down a bunch of notes about all the different, like, kind of overarching ideas in the book, like the preservation and stuff like that, and then some quick notes about what spells, what sort of magic you could potentially learn from the book.
Mhm.
But he's not writing anything into his spell book.
Right. It takes
'Cause he's
too
not.
long.
Well, he's also not capable. I think the way that the mechanic works, he needs to be able to
Yeah.
like have a spell level to cast them.
Mhm.
So he's just kind of taking a mental note, also like writing. He draws like a little chicken scratch of what the front of the cover of the book looks like,
Sure.
and then kind of where it is generally in the library, so he can remember where to get back to it.
Very good. It's a particularly good book.
It's very, very interesting. It's been very difficult for me to find such detailed information about necromancy where I came from. It's sort of taboo. Anything I could
Really?
find was sort of just bits and pieces.
But most of your people came from Tarvier.
Oh?
You are Tabaxi, are you not?
Yes, but not from that place.
An expat, perhaps.
I suppose.
Sometimes I feel like one here in my own home city.
Well, I feel more comfortable here than back home, if I'm being honest, which it's not like this is the most comfortable place, so you could imagine how I feel back home.
Yes. Do you know if the Red Claw are in search of you?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, then you are unique, Tabaxi indeed. The Red Claw, the ruling cabal of people in Tarvier, they seek control and monitor Tabaxi activities. You do not know them. Consider yourself lucky. May not even be on lists.
Hmm.
As we are
Oh,
establishing lore for Tarvier and future encounters you guys may have there.
so sounds like I should steer clear of that place.
Perhaps. Unless you can find a way to use their knowledge to get rid of Velcraxis. Well, that's what really matters.
Well, sure that maybe I could learn some new stuff there, but it won't matter if these Red Claw folk go and kill me or capture me.
And it would be unfortunate.
Interesting, though. I surprised I was never told about this.
Hmm. Well, do you have questions regarding this book?
Um, do you know anything about the author, Kefram?
My master's master. Before he died, of course. Sometimes the body is too far gone to be utilized. Future. Kefren never wanted to become a lich, so avoided such a spell. He had many subjects, minions, friends that he subjugated after their deaths and brought back to life in order to keep him company. He allowed them some semblance of free will. They roamed Toivoa by sea, hiding the fact that they were dead. They traveled far and wide, returning to Noctra once a year to be rejuvenated by Kefren and to share their stories with him. He was powerful, beacon of knowledge and pillar of society. We regret his loss.
He must have been incredibly powerful. Everything I've studied about these sorts of necromantic spells, at least the ones that aren't keep them as an undead, they don't last that long, a whole year.
Indeed. We've lost so many secrets of the necromantic arts since his death. Since Kefren passed, and we can no longer communicate with his soul. It's a terrible tragedy.
He must have quite some humility to not take down the path of lichdom, just even if he was easily capable of doing so.
Humility. Oh, my dear boy. Lichdom costs. High costs. See, cease to be who you are. You give up your soul, place it in a jar, throw it away and hide it so that you remain living. Lose what makes you you. Kefren is powerful. Not wish to abandon who he was. Not even in exchange for immortality. He saw that controlling the dead was great, and an exercise in knowledge, power. He sought to join his brethren in the afterlife after his time was up. Only he sought to allow his communications to pass between the afterlife and us. Failed. This, and he's going to go over to a black orb on a stand. This was supposed to allow us to communicate with him. It's inert. It has been since he passed, so I was told.
Interesting. So he sought to extend his, I suppose, is a way of extending his image, his
His influence, yes.
influence, but not his own life. I guess even the most powerful necromancer couldn't figure that one out.
Would you want to live forever? Curse. What would one do living forever? Save for become demented and self-centered. It's horrible.
What would one do dead?
Pass on. Meet once with the friends that we held in life.
A fine bedtime story for your young ones.
Do you not believe in the afterlife, Strigg?
Oh, I believe in it. I'm just not swayed by what it offers.
You are like most of the people here in Nocturne today, believing that it can be twisted and used for life itself to be brought to bear. Believe
What's
without
more
crisis.
egotistical, to believe you could put reins on death, or to believe death cannot be reined in the first place?
Circles. You speak in circles.
As they say, life itself is one big circle.
As is death.
Well, I guess I have a choice to wither away my identity in my mind as in the land of the living, or wither away under the whims of some uncaring god in the afterlife. Doesn't seem very exciting either way.
You already lost hope. Wisdom is something you desire.
Maybe, but I don't have to make that choice yet, so I'll have a lot of time to think.
Make the choice soon. Choose to. Once you begin to care for purpose, it's harder to go down the dark path.
Interesting way of putting it.
What greater pursuit of agency than to lay it down at the door as you walk through?
Parables. They do not speak in ambiguities. Why do you?
A quirk of reading, or so I thought, but two of a kin with a very different perspective on it, I suppose.
Understand, I think. Old minds have a hard time grasping the new ways. Have to forgive me. Stuck in the way I have been brought up.
Well, this place seems to be remembering a forgotten time, and you're its curator, so I
He
suppose
looks
that makes
around at
sense.
the various books and the state of the place. Oh,
Not to say that there's plenty of interesting things to read in here, but seen better days.
says our city. Someday, I hope that we can bring funds to bear to reestablish this library as a prominent location. As it is, hide it from Velcraxis.
Hmm.
What would he do if he discovered it?
Probably take all the books, lay siege to the library, kill the specters, decurse the place, consecrate it for his god, and then claim the knowledge for his own. Then the old ways would be lost. Erathis, no hope of returning to power.
That how he keeps control? Takes anything of value for himself?
Of course, he is a monger of knowledge. He seeks only to further his own aims. Whatever those are, no, he seeks to control more than simply the undead. If he only sought that, Erathis and Nocturne would be strong. He's neglected the ways. Now seeks more for him.
Choose not to pursue what he pursues? Can't.
To pursue that which he pursues, Ollie, raise my head and have it cut off. Oh, I am not powerful enough to challenge Praxis. I must abide my time. My friends and I will work together, find a way to unseat the tyrant, bring power back to Noctra.
Do you reckon that Valcraxis, you're saying he wants more than undeath? You think he fancies himself as some sort of god? That they get to control the afterlife rather than, say, why can't I remember his name?
Imkale?
Mkel, yeah. Mkel.
I do not believe Velcraxis believes himself to be a god, not a deity. Perhaps a demigod in his own mind. At least a powerful ruler. Does he seek to unseat Imkale? Say, explain much.
Who in the city does have the power to challenge Valcraxis, if anyone at this point?
He shakes his head. None that I know of. Velcraxus is a powerful ruler. Many friends. He enforces his will through his servants. Through his handmaiden, Linnea.
And you tell us this all freely with no expectation that we're not going to go turn and tell everyone what we hear here?
He smiles wryly at you. If you had wanted me dead, you would have already killed me. If you were in service of Velcraxus, I would lie dead on the floor now, with a sword through my heart. You guys have an opportunity here that your characters may realize. You could get on Velcraxus' good side by killing this guy right now.
I feel like every character is sitting here like, what do we do with this information?
I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't think Fletcher especially cares about being on
He
Velcraxus'
doesn't
good
care.
side.
Ebony
No.
doesn't care either. Ebony's more like, I want to keep my options open. That's why that's why no one in this party agreed to be branded, I would assume, by Valcraxis.
Right,
think
you
from
guys
a
have
from
pretty
my
much
point
of
maintained your
view-
independence. But
Rem will connect with Fletcher just mentally and just say, well, this is maybe something that we should talk about as a group later, but I'm glad no one seems to be drawing their swords immediately.
Yeah, I was really worried that Ebony was going to effectively get a tattoo that marked him as basically get a tattoo with the sigil of one of our bosses, somebody our boss doesn't like, and that might be unwise for us. I'm glad he didn't do that. This is interesting.
I won't lie, that's
I
not
think all
tempting
the
to gain access to this library. It seems like a very powerful tool and just interesting place. But I agree, I'm not about to put a mark I know nothing about on my body when this town seems very obsessed with claiming ownership over people.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the library personally. I can see why someone like Ebony is interested in it, but I I'm not sure we should linger here. Lestar, I wouldn't be surprised if Linnea is keeping an eye on us and already knows that we've come here. And
That's a very
I think
fair
it'd
point.
be unwise for us to come here again during the day. Assuming that kind of thing even matters. Let's
I think this is a good connection to have and an important place to know about, but I think it might be best if we talk about this all as a group privately. And you're right, maybe get out of here now so we don't draw unwanted eyes on ourselves or on him.
That sounds good. That sounds very good.
Well, Ebony looks around at everyone else. Does anyone else want to get some more information from the library? Pick up a few more books? Because I think I'm ready to wrap it up.
Maybe we should come back and visit at a later point. It has been some time in here.
I think that I would be open to visiting later, but I agree that we've spent quite a bit of time here.
farewell.
Presuming
Yes.
we cross paths again, I'd love for you to do me a favor, which is if you have any more books come in, I only ask something specific. You check the back of its spine for 3 talon cloth marks. If you see a book like that come through, do your best to reach out to me. Chances are I know more about it than you would.
And what is your name, Strig?
Sanctimonious, but you could call me Sanctum.
Indeed. Sanctimonious the Strig. I will remember this.
That's all I'd ask of you.
If I see such a book, I will reach out. What does the book have in the way of knowledge?
Oh, it's not a book. It's any number of sorts of books. Without giving you too much detail, you already know I come from a library of my own. And
said.
as you know, books have a way of not returning when you would desire them to. So I'm, how you could say, an attendee of overdues. And I found some of them tend to end up at the wrong library.
Ah. You've had that happen in the past. You know what they say sometimes, though. Unless there is a curse upon the book or the library, finders keepers.
Sanctum's eyes sort of tighten at him, but
Yeah.
not verbally disagreeing.
For those of you who have ever gone to a library and found library books from other libraries in that library, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, they very well do say that. Well, he's gonna summon the demon hand to wave goodbye. We shall be
Fellow
seeing you.
practitioner, who is your servant?
Would you call that like a persuasion check, or would we presume?
That's up to you. If you want him to do a persuasion check, I'll do it. If he's trying to find out who your servant is.
The demon hand mimes the writing of a signature.
Ooh.
It cannot be discerned per se what is being signed.
Okay.
That's up to his discretion to interpret.
He nods, not recognizing it. Secret pact between you and some fell fiend. So be it.
It mimes throwing the quill at his face. Like a dart. Like a throwing dart straight at his eye with a quill.
Yes, shield.
The hand perks and then just sort of dissipates away.
One of those, huh?
But as they say, finders keepers.
Indeed.
And this is the one I found, unfortunately.
Congratulations on your find. Part of me was if Wolf was like saying I wanted to get Black missiles back.
That would have been so great.
That would have been awesome.
All right.
All right.
With that in mind, I don't think there's anything in this library I particularly need. But
everyone's
anyone is
ready to leave.
welcome if you want to get back on the line of action.
Cool. So, we will take you guys back into town. As you guys leave the library, the door will close behind you with a resounding click. It seems very final, but you know that if you can find Malric again, perhaps you can gain re-entry.
I do want to make a mental note of vaguely where this is so I can work my way back if I ever want to come.
Sure. We will grant you advantage on history checks regarding the location of the library. Not a big check anyway, just a 10.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure Linnea's going to
Fascinating.
be thrilled with us when we get back to the tavern.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should talk about this somewhere else and not in the street later.
Well, I actually was going to suggest the same thing. I have some things to say about the whole situation, but I prefer to not say it out in the open.
I will, at that point, connect with Ebony as well and just say, I'm also very curious about that black orb and speaking with the master osteomancer. It's interesting that it doesn't work, but it's still sitting there. I'd be curious as to what it can actually do at this point.
Well, he claimed it was inert, so maybe nothing, but maybe there's a way to restore it. I have no idea. The magic that was attempted to be imbued with it is incredibly powerful as far as he described it. Probably way beyond our comprehension.
Should be interesting to look at, though, if we could ever get the chance. But that's neither here nor there. I imagine that would be quite some distance in the future.
Yeah.
Is this anything we need to tell her about just yet?
I don't think so. I think it's
Oh,
just one thing I'd prefer to not tell her about now.
agreed. I think as a group, we decide whether we say or don't say anything right now, and I'm in the no category.
Oh, wait, would you mean
I think-
tell Linnea that we came here?
Correct.
Exactly.
I would be utterly shocked if Linnea is not keeping tabs on us or has someone else
Of
do it for
course.
her. I don't think we should lie about it. I think if we get confronted, we could even just tell her truthfully, yeah, we went to a library. Does Valkraxis even know about this guy?
That
It
seemed to be
seemed-
no.
Seemed to say
It seemed
no.
like he was unaware. Yeah, I
Maybe-
wouldn't bring it up if she asks us point blank. I think there's very little point in hiding it, but I wouldn't be volunteering any extra information.
I would agree with that.
I fully agree.
think-
And if she asks why we didn't volunteer it, just say that she never gave us instructions to do so, and after last time, well,
I like the way you think.
I agree, and I seem to think that that's good for this town in general. Not to offer up more than we're directly asked.
There are, like I said, I would like to discuss some more when we're in a more intimate location.
Do we have any other places we'd like to go while we're out, or do we want to head back to the inn?
I have nothing else in mind, but
My
maybe someone
business
else
is
does.
concluded.
No need to push our luck. I'm happy to go back. We've met some interesting people, seen some interesting places today.
And back to the Dark Oak Inn. As you guys come inside, you can smell stew. Smells delicious. Got that little tickle of celery and carrots at the back of your nostrils with beef. Good hearty food.
Ebony would mention this right before we get into the inn, like a few blocks away. He'd just say, "If we do want to speak about that with the whole situation privately, though, maybe we do it in one of our rooms and not out in the mess hall." I don't know who would volunteer, but
I'm with you on that one.
Agreed.
yeah, that's all.
you can talk in my room.
Oh,
After dinner,
maybe
you're
after
available?
dinner then.
So it
To
is.
dinner, yeah.
After a bit, Sareth will come out with stew and serve you guys. You guys can eat dinner, and afterwards head up to your room. Great. I presume that you're bringing your package with you, Rem?
Oh yeah, I've been carrying her all day.
Okay.
So
Fletcher, would you invite Melody to this meeting, or are you going to keep her out of this?
That's a very good question. I think in this instance, because we're potentially keeping a secret from our employer, I think it would be unwise to bring Melody in because it's just another way that things could go wrong later. So, Fletcher's gonna say to Melody that the team's gonna talk business, and he's gonna make it clear that she's not excluded from the conversation, but he's not gonna ask her to join unless she really wants to.
She will not in this case. She's going
Okay.
to tell you that she has a new book and she's going to go and read it.
Wonderful. Enjoy your evening.
When we're in the room, I would like to offer to the group as an extra layer of security. I'd prefer we not have to do this live, but I could mentally link one at a time and communicate by speaking with one person and sharing what's said with everyone individually. So this way we don't actually have to say anything out loud, but we can all communicate. It would take significantly more time in person, but we could do that without speaking out loud if we were this place is bugged at all.
Interesting.
Worth it.
We're not in a hurry.
I think that's up to Ebony. Without knowing like the nature of what they want to discuss, it's
I think it would be wise.
hard to know the risks.
All right, bear with me, so I'll explain everything I hear. And then let's just hand the wave over that so we don't have to actually do it, because that would suck.
I should make you do it just because, but no, we will allow that slide.
We spend the entire rest of the session with 15 minutes of conversation.
Yep.
Oh God. So the reason I'm being so cagey about it is because the sigil that he wanted to mark me with is the one of the bleak reclamation, the people that we killed.
Oh, well, that explains why you turned it down. That's
Good to
really
know.
funny.
Though to be honest, I would be lying if I'd say that I'm not sympathetic to their cause. Some of their principles I do respect. To be honest, I like them more than Valcraxis, but that's not really going to change my allegiance right this moment. Though it's not like I was ever really deeply tied with Valcraxis or ever wanted to be. It's more just means to an end. But maybe an option is a sort of escape route if things get bad.
I wish I'd known at the time. It would have been nice to know more about the bleak reclamation, more about what the Order is doing, and who the other connections are. Even if I have no intention of turning them in at the moment, it could be good information to know.
Well, we saw what they did at the farmstead. I don't know what you learned today, Ebony, but I certainly don't like them any more than our current employer.
Maybe I would argue that Valcraxis has probably done much more the similar amount of depravity, but I don't know, the way he spoke about them sort of appealed to me. But like I said, I'm not really committed to one way or another, or I'm not really interested in abandoning Valcraxis at all at this moment. It'll take a lot more than words to convince me. But I have my doubts, and I've always wanted to keep our options, or at least my options, open. Seeing if the wind blows another way, I guess that's the place we could go.
Does anybody wish to turn him in? Because I'd rather the group as a whole be aligned on this matter, rather than there be one or two people quietly thinking something else.
I don't want to turn them in.
If Linnea
I don't
really-
either.
asks, I'd rather
I don't really see an incentive to.
Not part of the mission.
ask us, then of course I wouldn't want to lie to her, but it's nice having extra card in the deck.
Exactly.
If the boss plans to breadcrumb me on my mission, then I'm not going to go out of the way for him.
Good. I'm agreed on this. Valcraxis, their team as a whole, has treated us well, but I still don't understand truly what they want from us. And it's good, I think, to have other people we can speak with who will, maybe have other reasons of the things they tell us, but who might be more honest about things that our group's hiding.
Not to mention, the more we can gather on them, if we ever did need to turn on the Bleak Reclamation and trade them to Belcraxis, the more we have, the more it's worth.
It is some leverage. That is an interesting way of thinking about it. I suppose if we're desperate, we could always use it to our advantage. Get something out of the librarian if we really desperately need it. Though I suppose he seemed a little bit apathetic about his own life, if I'm being honest.
It happens when one has hope. Losing it, devastating. Who have it and lose it, careless. They make mistakes. Advantage to be had.
Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on the matter. If anyone else has any thoughts, I think we're in agreement about what to do.
Ebony, if you are interested in going back to the library at some point, please do let me know. I'd be curious to visit again, but I do think we should be careful and maybe lie low for a while before we try something like that again, and maybe have a good reason to go back.
Yeah, I see myself coming back to scribe some spells at some point later, but haven't quite figured out the incantations yet.
Sanctum bursts into the room. Good evening, everybody. I'm in need of a sword and a head, preferably with a neck.
What?
What do you plan to do with them?
Well, let's see who volunteers first, and then I'll tell you.
Do you want a sword that's in good condition, or are you planning to patch it up a little bit? Because I've got a long sword, but it got chewed up by the ooze
the
monster
sword-
on the farmstead.
I'm grateful, but the sword is for demonstration purposes. I won't need to modify it.
All
But
right.
if you're offering,
And is the head with the
Fletcher
neck for
will.
demonstration purposes?
indeed it is.
No, the head.
Fletcher will hand over the sword.
Oh, you could hold it. If anything, I welcome you to swing it. Now for the head. Who volunteers for that part?
Not it.
Wolfgang,
Yeah.
I think I heard your
Is a
ears perk up over there.
is a great inventor so afraid to test his tools out on himself?
Where's Quick when you need them?
I can't very well gather data from the head end of this demonstration, now can I? Wolfgang, you're a
Wolfgang, you
man
do
of
make it-
faith, are you not? What greater faith than having a sword swung at you?
I
You are
suppose.
swinging. You are
I don't-
swinging the sword at the neck. That's been. That's a fact.
You know,
I don't believe that bird's ever been to church.
if there's one place to have it done, I suppose here you could always bring me back.
Wonderful. Lemon, if you could, his little mechanical snake is going to slither into the room with what seems to be sort of like a metallic wreath on its back. Looking at it, it seems to be a wreath, to no surprise, of sort of arms cradling. Almost looks like a scarf, a bandolier of arms. And Sanctum will have Lemon slither to Wolfgang's feet with this wreath. Both of the arms start sort of shaking and ricketing. They sort of pop out. They lock out of position, and then they sort of plant both their palms on the ground and then launch upwards, landing roughly on Wolfgang's head. So this wreath sort of falls around your neck and latches into place around the front of your neck. And you now have these sort of extended, heavily fortified arms with sort of shields latched onto the back of them. Everything locks into place, and Sanctum goes, "All right, Mr. Swordsman, if you would." Above table, this is Sanctum's defender. First test run, so to speak, of the defender mechanic of the artificer.
This is
to
your
be
first
clear,
test run?
you're asking me to cut
Yep.
someone's head off.
Yep.
Just,
First
like,
with a
fully-
live
For
demonstration.
science.
For science.
Yeah.
I love that's the trigger word for Walker.
It is no, it's the opposite of
Yeah.
a trigger word, because for science is what people say in Blood on the Clock Tower when they want to be executed to see if they don't die because they're
Yeah.
a sailor and they drank with someone last night. All right.
Put it this way: would you rather it go wrong tonight in safety, or tomorrow when we're against threats who will not hold their punches back?
Well, that depends.
I-
Who's going to wear it tomorrow?
Yeah, it depends who's wearing it.
Can you raise the dead? Is that something you can do? Is that established lore that we have someone can?
I don't think any of us are capable of that quite yet.
All right. Why does it have to be a head? Can it be like? Can I try and chop an inanimate object? How does that
the-
sound?
Why don't we
The
just
arms
let's
can
try
only
and
reach
cut us
so
Sanctum's arm off? Or
far.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm
We're
going to
gonna
swing.
have some trouble with that.
Does a 20 hit you, Wolfgang?
Well, it's a disadvantage, right? Because
Yep,
the
Because
defender
of
is
the defender,
within.
so a 15. Does
a
hit you?
15 does not. A
So the
20 would
defender worked.
The defender
Yay.
deflects your sword off to the side.
Oh,
Would you look at that?
He comes through once again.
Yeah,
Go ahead and give it
who's
another
up
swing.
next? No, we can take turns. I don't mean to hog it.
Oh, very well. We'll pass it on. The wreath is going to unlatch before anyone even says anything. The arms sort of station themselves on your shoulders and launch off to the next person, which will be rolling 1d5. Yeah.
You.
It jumps on this thing. Oh, well,
All right, Fletcher, your
I
turn.
suppose we could
Swing,
do-
swing, swing.
I don't think you quite understood that. It's still learning. All right, well, let's see who else is volunteering.
Fletcher, you
for
going to
this.
swing at him?
Am I swinging? I'm swinging at Sanctum himself
Yes.
this time.
Mhm.
All right. Sanctum's Fletcher's going to aim for an inoffensive part of Sanctum's. What would it? Where would it hurt though? Like the least. Sanctum. We're going to go for like the shoulder, and Fletcher's gonna attack
Sure.
the I should have used the
Barrier
broken
works.
sword because it would have done one less damage.
It's at disadvantage, but I mean, a 14 will fail.
I should have
regardless.
attacked recklessly to give myself advantage, and then the disadvantage. No, I see. No, I get it. I have to roll. No, we have just. Okay, good. Glad it was
well.
that's funny.
The barrier
glad
works
about-
and prevented a critical strike.
I'm gonna be honest. Out of character, I was really hoping that the disadvantage roll from Rem would have been high enough to hit Wolfgang anyway, because
I know.
that would have been really
It would
funny.
be great.
But
Sanctum's getting a win tonight.
for the purpose of Sanctum's character, I'm glad his device is working.
For the record,
Um,
I was looking forward to it failing and him having to rework it for another session or two.
I couldn't use it the next combat. I would have done that
It
too.
would've been, oh, I know you
Sanctum
would have.
is
You
like-
embrace that sort of stuff.
Oh, well, dude, look at that. I guess I can get data in the driver's seat. Wonderful. Who's next?
I feel like we've determined it works, have we not?
Haven't you made your point?
I believe it's not stopping till someone gets hit.
I would know much more if I saw where it couldn't defend you. But if you insist. The wreath will lock into place around Sanctum, and it'll sort of like almost like deactivate. Like these arms sort of power down, so to speak, in that they just sort of become inanimate. They cradle around the side of Sanctum's head. The snake with its hand for a rattle is sort of taking notes on a nearby table now. Sanctum will start monologuing his details on it, but that's really he is no longer trying to make you swing at each other.
Cool.
Well, I think we all understand now. If something wraps around your neck the next combat, don't necessarily panic. I'm not saying you might not get choked out by an enemy, but we have this
You
option
have
now.
more control over that thing than you do over that thing, he says, pointing at his mage hand.
The mage hand is like stealing the pen from the snake. It's like, oh, that's precisely why I built it. This one won't.
So it's not going to randomly strangle me, is what you're trying to say.
What if I've done my job right?
Oh,
Wreath, do you
wonderful.
think do you feel like strangling anybody? It doesn't react. It doesn't seem particularly animate at all. That's a good sign.
Can it think for itself?
Well, if it couldn't, it would be very bad at defending. But I don't know quite yet. I've mostly just ironed out the iron part of it. Not so much the philosophical implications of it. He will have the mage hand retrieve the notes,
Sure.
which is covered currently in like several obscenities, and he will he'll have yeah, he'll have his other mechanical hand, which is as we now established, he has a revolving door of 4 hands.
Sure.
Which will
Like
be a
Doc Ock.
nightmare. It will be a nightmare to do housekeeping for. But he's just doubling up on his notes, and
Sure.
he will sort of retreat back to his quarters.
Does Sanctum understand Infernal?
Let's see. I don't believe so. No. Orin and Servan.
So while your character does not know what is being written about on these obscenities, they're all cursing Sanctum and how bossy he is and how he's an ass, blah blah blah. It's just the bad mouthing you the whole time.
DMing the boss and playing.
Yeah, I love that, like, half the group can probably read that over the shoulder, and Sanctum's just merely nodding to it.
If it's not practical to the design, it doesn't matter.
Understood.
Yeah, he will retreat to his quarters,
Cool.
likely to further iterate.
Great. Anyone else want to do anything up here? Private meeting.
I think if nothing else is being said, Rem will head back to his room as well.
Cool. Well, I will say that everyone goes ahead and goes to their bedroom for the night. Is there anything you guys want to do before a long rest? Anything we need to check mark?
Yes. There's one thing. Fletcher's gonna have a serious conversation with Melody and try and invite her to drink his blood instead of drinking these goblets that Linnea has supposedly been procuring for her that are definitely not ethically sourced. And he's going to make the argument that Linnea promised us 48 hours and it's only been 12. So I'm definitely not adventuring tomorrow by her account. And I'm just saying, if you wanted to have a day where you know that your food is coming from somewhere safe, like this is as good as it's ever gonna get.
And she's going to smile at you. And just as the camera begins to fade, you're going to hear her say, "I always choose you first." And her fangs will extend, and we go to black.
All right.
I think
Fletcher's
that's
going to be very
the most
relieved
tasteful,
because
pun intended, way to do it.
So for the record, I would be totally fine with the blood drinking happening on camera because
Okay.
Fletcher will unwrap
Sure.
his the bandages around his offhand, his left arm, which normally are sort of used as wrapping to attach to affix his shield, but also cover up the bite marks on his left wrist. Because they figured out pretty early on during the vampire thing that you don't actually have to drink out of someone's neck.
No.
That's just how they do it in vampire movies, and so and that's just kind of awkward, and it's also way harder to cover up the bite marks
Oh yeah.
when they're on your neck. And so yeah, Fletcher will present his wrist, which is where she usually drinks out of. Yeah, and then there's nothing else to see, so we can go to black from there.
Very good. Cool. And you guys will wake up the next morning having had a long rest.
Nice.
Okay.
However, Rem, you don't remember falling asleep. You remember sitting down on the bed, and now you remember sitting on the bed. But there's
I'll
a gap
immediately
of
turn
time.
to where I left.
There's a gap of
Celestia.
time there.
Is she still wrapped up?
No.
Where I assume she's in the room. He's gonna like step up immediately and look
She's
for her.
sleeping on the bed behind you.
He's just gonna like peek out in the hall real quick to see if, I don't know, that she was meeting anyone or anything was happening. If nothing else, he'll just start getting ready for the day.
Okay. You look around the room and you can see that several pillows have been punched and that there's some wet handkerchiefs laying near her.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Right.
But
You bundle her back up.
yep, bundle it back up and get ready for the day.
All right. Cool. Oh, everyone goes down for breakfast, I presume. Awesome. Breakfast is served. It's scrambled eggs, bacon. It's got some cheese on the hash browns, served with some kind of tomato paste. It's mixed with sriracha. Kind of nice. And zippy. What do you guys like to do?
How does this compare to breakfast out in the field, Fletcher?
It's much nicer. Oh, excuse me. It's much nicer being served food and not having to cook whatever you can scrounge up. Because we could trade for food sometimes with other folks we met in the woods, but you weren't always guaranteed to find food to your liking. I've had to eat a lot of fish over the last year, and it's quite nice having proper meat and fresh vegetables and not pickled stuff in jars. Yeah, it's been a while since we've been able to eat so well,
The
and
sisters are going to come out.
feels
Glad
pretty
you're
good.
enjoying it.
Yeah, food's great.
Do
Food
our
is
best.
great.
Going to make sure that you're hearty and healthy and ready to do what needs to be done. So, is there anything else we can get for you? Coffee, perhaps? Orange juice?
I'll have some coffee.
How do you take it?
Lots of sugar, please. I don't care for the taste much, but be good to keep awake just in case we're needed.
Barrel?
I'll grab one as well. Never mind staying awake, but maybe less heavy on the sugar.
They
Ooh,
nod.
I'll take one
and
too.
You could take two
Strictly black.
coffees, Verica?
I'll take one too.
Okay.
One of those days, huh?
All right. Well, they
Black
will
if you
go
don't mind.
and percolate some coffee for you guys. It's thick, it's rich, it's powerful, and it's going to wake you guys up big time.
Ooh, evil coffee.
Cuban coffee. Un cafecito. All right. So, after they've given you your coffee, what's the plan today, guys? You have an entire another day.
Well, is there anything anyone would like to see in the city, or we need to follow up on? It kind of feels like we just have the day to roam, but
I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't know anything about this city at all. It might be worth another day of exploring, just in case we have the opportunity to, in case we ever need something, go out and find all the shops. I mean, I'm sure we could make a map, but it would be nice to talk to the locals because we went to like one or two shops to get my armor and my and I think we got some spell scrolls for Ebony. But other than that, we don't really know much about where we're staying. So maybe it's worth just going out and getting a feel for the neighborhood and a feel for the place. See if there's any other interesting places to go.
Works for me.
Sure.
So
Maybe
headed
we'll
off
find
into
another
town.
useful contact.
Very good. Guys, go off into the town. Are you guys just moseying, or are you going to somewhere specific looking for something specific?
Fletcher, I'd say Fletcher doesn't have anything specific in mind, but if there's like a market district or like a place where just it would be nice to get to know our options because we don't know how long we're staying here, but in case we want to ever buy something, it'd be nice to be able to just go right there and hear what people have to say about the wares. Like, oh, this is the shop, this is the best place to have, this is the best blacksmith, this is the best potion maker, that kind of thing.
Sure. So you guys head down towards the market. As you arrive, it's a bustling place, but people are being a little somber as you come through. As you do so, you're going to see a couple of people surrounding one of the tables. There's some candles on the table, and the merchant is doing a good job of hyping up these candles. See this one right here? This is going to clear out your sinuses, fights the molds and the ragweeds, and makes sure that the air is all sweet and honeyed. It does the best thing to cure your ails and prevent your ills. Will you buy one? It's only 2 silver pieces each. 2 silver pieces for you, young gentleman.
Fletcher will politely decline. It's been a long time since he's had that kind of luxury, and while we've come into a little bit of money recently, I don't think it's enough to.
Oh, come on, sir. It also prevents balding. Trust me, you want to keep that luxurious mane of hair.
I don't think Fletcher was born yesterday. I think that he'll recognize the somewhat absurd claim as a like. And for all I know, this is real, and it's a candle that prevents you from going bald. But I feel like you would have led with that if like a candle that cures all your ails and stops you from going bald. Like, okay, maybe it's like a medicinal candle, and you can like maybe it has like essential
this-
oils in it that help you relax. But yeah,
Eric,
we're not falling for this.
to a passerby, is this like snake oil?
Roll your insight check, please. It is literally made of snake oil.
I would like for the. I think
Uh,
the demon hand would be the insight checker here, followed by a sleight of hand to try and steal one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The demon hand is pointed out. Thief! And you're going to hear one of the guards come running up, not see who this infernal hand is attached to. He's going to... Go ahead. You want to do anything?
I think Sanctum's turning, but he's not acting. He's not like calling out to it.
All right. The guard comes running up, dressed in black armor, looks at the spectral hand, and looks around for someone guiding it. Seeing no one doing so, he casts a spell magic.
Flips him off as he gets banished out.
Whoever that was, we'll find you. We'll catch you. Keep your
I feel like
infernal hands to yourself.
I've just discovered like another rule break at Eric's table, which is the argument that I could just keep taking sleight of hand checks and hypothetically never be associated. Obviously, I'm not going to exploit it, but I think above table. Yeah.
Officially,
I'm going to go on the record.
Unless you're
This
an
is
arcane trickster rogue. You're supposed to use somatic components, but we've hand-waved it so far. So
I think there are clues. Like I
Yes.
think Sanctum turning to look and probably doing a little wave. But all things considered, it's what the hand would do. It's what my hand would do, guys.
sure.
I agree with that, and I'm going to go against my normal stance against bullshittery and think that the hand trying to steal random stuff is absolutely in character, and I
Indeed.
fully support it.
Aram, I will never put those three items together in a concoction.
7-0.
Coward.
Coward.
You make it.
I like
battery
living.
Listen,
Individually,
you'll never
okay.
get stuffy again.
Individually, okay, but I'm never mixing Fig 7-Up and horseradish.
Let's add some wasabi in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just like horseradish.
I suppose so.
Not okay. For the record, what the Americans like is horseradish. Wasabi tastes far better. Real
Yeah, and
wasabi.
if you got real wasabi, ooh, that's good stuff.
You're in the weeds, though. Like the wasabi.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys go moseying around for a couple other places, and you're going to run into a quite cute young woman, and she's running a crystal stand. She's not pushing the goods on anybody, but as you come up, she smiles at you. You're new in town.
Is it that obvious?
She moves her bangs out of her face. Yeah. I know pretty much everyone who comes to the market, and seen the Strig before a couple days ago, but most of you guys haven't seen very often. Not regulars by any stretch. Name's Saris. She stands slightly up.
Well, what are you selling, Saris?
Fortune telling, crystals, scrying supplies if you want to buy them. Not exactly a hot market for them right now. You want your fortune told? I can try. Divination, augury. We do our best. A little bit of legend lore. We can incant into the spirits.
How much do you charge to have people's fortunes?
You're just a fortune telling. We can do it for a silver piece.
Need like my palm lines, or how does it work? And
Oh,
she
no.
puts a silver piece on
I'll
the
read
table.
your aura. The crystals will tell me what I need to know.
I had a interesting experience. My fortune told once. I was hoping this one goes better.
Can't guarantee results, of course. The crystals tell me what they want to say.
Even if it's bad, it's worth knowing.
All right. Gonna stand up, and she's gonna hold her hands near you. As she does so, she waves one of the crystals around you, and it begins glowing faintly. First white, and then a slight pink. Just a little tiny bit of red in there. She furrows her brow at you. Strange. They're telling me something that, well, it does make sense here. I don't know if these words mean anything to you, but spirits want me to say them. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Her eyes roll up into the top of her head, and her hair begins to blow in an unfelt wind. Blowing upwards, her coat opens and billows and blows. And you will hear a chorus of voices come within her. Her voice speaks with a multitude of sounds. You have already died the most important death of your life. The next will be a choice. And as her hair diminishes and the unfelt breeze slows, her clothes return to normal and her eyes blink back. I hope the message was appropriate. Moves her bangs out of her eyes again. I don't know what they said. They come through me. I channel them.
It was cryptic. Always is, isn't it?
It's an experience being a medium. It's a good gig. It pays well. But you gotta be willing to give up your body for the messages to come through. Whatever it was meant for you, not for me.
Oh, thank you for delivering.
She nods. That'll be a silver piece.
She'll pay the silver piece.
Okay.
How much for one of the crystals?
She smiles. Depends on which one. They're not all the same, you understand. But what do you need it for? I can make a recommendation.
What do the crystals do?
Variety of things. Some act as foci for arcane spellcasting. Others can be used for scrying. The most powerful ones can be used to capture souls.
Trick souls and crystals. That's interesting.
Much,
It works as a
much do
spell
those
scroll
cost?
of Skull Cage. It's a rough approximation, but it does work temporarily.
That's very curious and something I'd be interested in maybe exploring more later. But for now, let's say just one of your smaller ones, something simple, just more as a keepsake than anything else, a trinket.
Oh, well, in that case, I have this one, and she's going to offer you a small crystal. It's a nice purple hue. It's not much, but it does give off light in a 1 foot area.
That would be great. How much for it?
I guess I can let it go for 2 silver pieces.
Sounds like a deal to me. He'll pass over the 2 silver pieces.
Thanks. You go, Francis. Enjoy your new home.
Its name is Francis.
He smiles and blushes a little bit. I name all my crystals.
Is it because there's a soul in them, or just because you just want to name them?
She smiles and tilts her head, causing her hair to fall back into her face before moving it out again. Well, it makes a better story if I say that they all have souls in them. It makes it more expensive, right? Even if it's not true.
But by the sounds of it, some of them could have souls in them.
He smiles at you. Yeah.
Something tells me
Right.
they don't.
And if you want to make it more believable, you could say something like one of those small ones has like the skull of a bug, and then the larger ones have souls of animals, and then the largest have souls of people.
You believe that animals and
people won't
bugs
question.
have souls?
Would your customers believe it?
I don't know. Most of my
Neither do
customers
I.
are pretty bright. They come to me looking for divinations and stories about items and actions they're planning to take. I've been beaten before just because I gave them answers they didn't like. Didn't even know what I was saying, but he took offense. Not an easy job telling people bad news.
Do your gifts work? What's the scale they work on? Clearly work for individuals there, but if we were to ask you the fortune of our group as a whole, would you be able to see if the spirits have anything to say?
We can always find out.
1 silver it is?
Okay.
He'll pass over another silver.
All right. She's going to take out that crystal and... Is this all of you?
Well, Fletcher's paramour, I suppose, isn't here, but
Enough of us.
Very well. Then stand apart from the rest of the crowd. And she's going to pull you behind the stalls so that no one watches this other than you guys. Fair?
seems reasonable.
She takes out the same crystal that glows white first, and she's going to pan it across the group. First over Rem, where it goes a gray purple. Over Celestia, where its shade turns more faint. Over Wolfgang, there's a brighter white light. Fletcher, the crystal turns dark red. Color of blood. With Averica, the crystal turns metallic. Ebony turns the color of bone. And with Sanctum, it takes on a fiery aspect. looking almost molten in her fingers.
Hmm.
She takes it in both hands, and as she concentrates on the crystal, her hair begins to blow up into the air. Her eyes roll up into the top of her head. The coat begins to billow once again, and the voices once again emerge from her in unison. 50, 60, maybe 100 all at the same time, all speaking the same words. One hoards the dead. One would claim the dead. One would free the dead. Before the final dusk, you will stand against all three. And with that, the coat stops billowing, her hair diminishes, and her eyes return to normal. And she rubs at her throat. It's rough. I hope you learned something helpful. And I will put that fortune in. I prepared a whole bunch of fortunes that she would say based off of questions I thought you guys might ask, and this was one of the ones. I'm very pleased that you guys did ask for the group one.
Interesting. Suppose it makes sense, though. Maybe we'll find out who these people are someday. I think I could guess who one of them is already.
I hope my guesses are wrong because I'd prefer not to stand against any of them.
Well,
But
I think if
our
fate tells me we're going to
guesses
stand against
are
them
right,
someday, that must mean we'll become very powerful.
Well, it doesn't
I
say
believe
we
that
stand against
too.
them for long or do well.
Or they punch down.
Oh, I suppose there's another way of looking at it. I prefer to look at it the other way.
Well, unless those three are all standing against us at the same time, which seems unlikely if my guesses are even remotely on target. And if they're not all standing against us at the same time, it means we can at least stand up to one of them.
Has anyone ever heard of
I'm
the
wondering-
final dusk before?
Not as a proper noun.
Above table or in universe?
In universe.
Would this be like a history check?
You can roll a history check.
Okay.
No.
It could also be just an allusion to like us dying, of course, but
Thank you, Wolfgang.
Yeah, that's
No.
kind of how I took it as well. But I don't know. Ebony, you're the fortune teller among us. Do you buy it?
You can tell
Like I
fortunes
said.
too?
Yes, I know how to read the bones.
Oh, the bones. It's really creepy, if you don't mind me saying so.
I don't care. You can judge me as much as you want, or as little as you want.
Not judging, it's think that bones are to stay on the inside.
Well, clearly that's not always the case. As he sort of looks at his the hilt of his or the top of his staff.
Yeah. Gotta say, that's kind of out there as far as a walking stick, man.
I like it.
you've got to think about it this way. More bones are outside of bodies than inside of them at the moment.
That is the truth.
She blinks at you. That. Yeah, I guess you're right. Disturbing, though, you know?
On the topic of the credence of the prophecy or whatever we just heard, I mean, I think it's could be true. It makes sense to me that it could go that way, but you know, these sorts of predictions never are always perfectly correct. So time will tell.
Yeah. Most of my predictions do come true. Just they have a tendency to come true from a certain point of view. You know?
That's generally how these sorts of things go. The signs point in many directions at once. It's just up to us to interpret them.
Suppose never been steered wrong by the spirits.
How did you end up here exactly? You know, shying away from bones and things like that doesn't really seem like the city for you.
Well, not much of a story. Came over on a ship, originally from Reston. The Brobonians brought me here to sell, and well, I came with my parents, and they died, and they're right over there. She points down the street at a couple of humanoid shapes. They're currently bundled up, moving crates. So I'm an orphan now, and have been for 10 years now. Had to make some kind of living and didn't feel like serving over there. Orphanage didn't like my gift and came out into the streets and started doing my thing. Pays the bills, keeps me fed now. Uncomfortable, but at least I get to see mom and dad. Don't know me though.
Bit of a morbid life.
Could be worse. They could be buried somewhere.
Is that really worse?
Would you prefer to be able to see your family and not talk to them? And not see them at all?
Is that what happens here when you die?
You haven't seen any graveyards around town, have you? Nobody goes to
Well,
waste here.
yeah, but they're dead. We know what happens to the bodies, but I mean, if you're forgive me if this is a personal question, but if you had a loved one who passed away and somebody else, if you sold their body to somebody else and you saw their body being as a servant, would that make you happy or would it make you sad?
So I get to see them? It's
Interesting.
both. I don't have a relationship with them anymore. So it's all reminiscing. It's memories triggered by seeing them. Imagining sometimes that I might catch a smile from them in spite of the fact I know that they're not there. Yeah, their body's there. They look like they're moving around and doing their thing. I mean, father's stronger than he ever was when he was alive. Helps my mother over there move crates and do whatever else their master needs. But they're not actually there anymore. So both. It's both sad and better than nothing. No? It's like looking at a painting of someone. A painting that moves. Painting that you could, if you really needed to, go and hug. By the fact that they couldn't hug you back.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Are you not from around here, though? Know that I said you were
I'm not.
new in town. I haven't recognized you, honestly. And you don't exactly look like Nocturnes. No offense, but except for you, you really don't have the sense of the dead around you.
I would imagine not.
So what brought you here?
Oh, just work.
Being mysterious. I can respect that. Everyone's got their own
Just
secrets here.
a few odd jobs, nothing too important. What do you mean when you say the sense of the dead?
The necromancers here in town, whenever you start dealing in the necromancy stuff and taking on slaves, kind of stop caring. Stop seeing people as people and more as tools to be used. Machines almost. We stop being people to interact with or care about and just become flesh to be moved by will. You guys don't seem that way. It's kind of nice and refreshing.
It's a big world. And yeah, it's interesting to meet people who, well,
Yeah.
it's a new perspective.
Well, I hope the spirits have opened your eyes to new possibilities. And if you do have loved ones in the area, they die, you can still hang out with them. Just have to pay their new master. Buy them back.
Hmm.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Anything I can answer? Questions? Any other divinations or fortunes?
I'm all right, thanks.
Maybe we'll come back another time and ask for some more fortunes.
Great. Well, if you ever need anything, you can always find me either here or, I guess, down at the food court down the street there. Have a good day.
Eris,
Yeah.
Rock is just gonna pat her on the shoulder and say, "Stay strong."
I'm stronger than you give me credit for. I may not have the muscles, but when it comes to spell casting, got where it counts. Thanks, though.
Good. And stay that way.
And just one question before we go. If we ever do want the fortune told of somebody again, do they have to be here? Or can you go off just a name?
Oh. Never had anyone ask me that one before. Try. But I'd have to know at least something about their aura and be able to read it. So we'd have to scry on them or use clairvoyance or something on them. You have to be able to feel who they are and how they're connected to the world.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, have a wonderful day. You guys can leave the medium
too.
behind.
How old is this person? I can't really tell from the art.
Ooh, that's
I
the
got the
fun
impression
part. I can get you to roll an insight check, Fletcher.
it's I'm less it mainly like, are they a child is
They're not
the
a
question.
child.
Or do they okay. Is yeah, I'm less
She's
interested
about
in knowing whether they're
5'7",
like
so not
okay.
child.
Got it.
And she said
We
that
know
her parents died 10 years ago. Yeah. And
Yeah.
she was already here, so.
Yeah, but that she could still be like 13 and still have like still her parents could have died. We just know she's at least 10 if
I'm going to
Is
tell
her
you,
parents'
she's
death.
She's older than Farboiler's wife.
She's not
Oh,
older than
okay.
Farboiler's wife. Damn you guys. Farboiler's wife just no.
I knew we were going to get there at some point.
We're always going
I
back to
wasn't gonna
this.
go there.
We're
Dang
always
it.
going back to that one. It seems to never.
I
wasn't gonna
never
go there.
ends.
But I got the impression that like we were talking to like a street urchin the first time we saw her, and I'm just
It kinda gave
clarifying
me
that
vibe too.
that's not really the case. That she's an adult and I get the vibe she's a more experienced fortune teller and not just like a kid trying to like have a silver so she can eat for a week.
Let's get your
Always
insight
back
check,
to
sir.
Farboiler.
I'm happy to make one. I was mainly just asking if my character observed,
I know.
but my insight is
Let's
there.
see how accurate your insight is.
We had a
She's
10.
a child.
With a 10, she's at least a older teenager, so she's 18 plus, closer to
Sure.
mid-20s.
Got it.
I'm not going to give you your exact age because I do have it. You only rolled a 10.
Oh, I'm not looking for her exact
know.
age. I was just wondering, like, is my impression of this art as depicting someone very young accurate or not? And it's not. She's
college age.
she's an adult.
Yeah. Not PhD college age, but college age. All right. Anything else you guys want to do here in the market?
I'm going to stop somewhere and buy a javelin.
Okay. Easy enough. There's an entire sheaf of javelins if you want to buy them.
Just one.
Just one javelin? Okay. For some reason, because this is this group, I have to believe that eventually this is going to be used for a joke.
I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
I have to believe that this javelin is eventually going to be used as the point of a joke.
Surely not.
I mean, maybe if like I write joke on like the tip, but no. I'm actually, as soon as I buy it, I'm gonna hand it straight over to Fletcher, and I'm gonna say, probably don't remember it because it was kind of the heat of battle. But you were deliberating over whether to throw one of these or not at an enemy. I said, throw it, take out that enemy, and if you do, I'll buy you a new javelin myself. So here it is.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, Fletcher will take the javelin and I'll add it to my character pack. My character's pack that gets me from 4 to 5 javelins.
It's not sweet. It's obligated.
Well, I had clearly forgotten.
Over me.
I'm glad you remembered. Fletcher makes a note that this person seems to pay her debts, even the little ones. And he files that in his head next to the note that says, don't buy anything from this person, when she was describing to the fortune teller how she could lie about what souls are in her crystals. So don't buy anything from this person, but they will pay their debts if they borrow money.
Cool. So you add one javelin to your character sheet. Where next?
Already done. Well,
Lunch?
I guess, yeah, lunch.
Cool. There's a corn dog stand.
Yes,
How about that?
this is what we needed.
They sell mini corn dogs on a stick, jumbo corn dogs, and full foot long corn dogs.
I'd like a whole bunch of mini ones on a stick.
Mini
too many
ones on
corn
a
dogs.
stick. Understood. They call it snails on a trail.
It sounds less appealing. I've changed my mind.
Gotta work on the
I've discussed
advertising
the
coin.
group. Snails on a trail. All right.
No, snails can be a delicacy.
Isn't ants on a log, raisins on peanut butter on celery?
Yeah, that also
Ants on a
sounds
log
unappealing.
It's raisins on peanut butter on celery or on an apple, I think is well, that's not a log. No, that's just something I had as a kid.
Never
All
heard
right.
of this. I guess I grew up in the wrong area.
You didn't have Anselog growing up?
No.
Be glad you didn't have a health nut for a mom. Just saying. All right, that was dessert.
Instead, I have a neat freak.
More power to her. Hi, Biddy's mom. Keep up the great work. All right. After lunch, is there anywhere else you'd like to go? People you'd like to see or do? Or are you guys just moseying?
Think of.
Yeah, I feel like it's just wandering. We know so little about the city. I think we just
Understood.
try to keep bumping into things.
As you guys go bumping into things throughout the city, we're going to leave the market district here. And you're going to find your way towards a training ground. You're going to walk past, it appears to be full of zombies or near zombies. So, not yet zombies, we'll call them. People who will likely die soon. And there's a soldier in the yard there, and he is currently training the various figures on how to use basic weapons. Spears and quarterstaffs are currently in play. It looks almost like a Tai Chi class. He's working muscle memory into the dead, or soon to be dead, so that they can be more useful
Interesting.
to their masters.
Fletcher will take note of that and just sort of think to himself that the city probably has a pretty significant standing army given that they trained the dead to use weapons. Fletcher will ponder whether, not really knowing the answer, will wonder whether it would be cheaper to maintain a standing army of dead rather than an army of living, because an army of living, they need to eat, and the living have a slightly more demanding, that they probably, it's the way they need to rest, and they probably need to sleep in beds and tents and not just like in a Fletcher's gonna be curious about this, and he's gonna ask Ebony, Ebony, if you had undead soldiers, how expensive would it be to create an undead soldier? And is that something that you would have like for a day, or could you reanimate a body for a year? And can you train them? I'm just thinking back to my days in the military, and I'm wondering how feasible it would be for a city like this to raise an army of the dead rather than an army of the living.
Well, typically you can raise dead and you can control them for a certain period of time, and then after about a day, your control over them will slip away. So they probably have some sort of complicated ritual or something going on that lets them maintain control for a longer period of time. I've heard of plenty of ways to do so, but like typical from a book necromancy does not get you there.
One of the things we had to get from the quartermaster were components for spells. Mostly it was just stuff that would almost be considered junk, like bark from a tree or a dried up flower, like the kind of thing that you'd have to go out of your way to get that doesn't really cost you anything. But for the real high risk missions, sometimes they'd send diamonds along, and because the diamonds were used, you could bring somebody back from the dead if you were a strong enough caster. When you're studying to bring somebody back from the dead, does that require lots of lots of gold and jewels to be expended when you do that, or is
If
it?
you're just reanimating them as a corpse, no. Like those guys.
Interesting. Food for thought.
If they have enough necromancers in the city, theoretically they could just reassert control over all the undead every day, though that would be pretty tedious.
Yeah, and it would they retain their, if you trained them in the martial arts like that guy we passed earlier was doing, would you have to retrain them constantly, or would they retain it, do you think?
I would assume that they
Do you think?
retain their situation. The thing that expires after a day is not the undead being undead, it's your ability to control
Hmm,
them. Once you've
hmm,
raised them, they're raised.
interesting. In
Though I
which
don't know if
case,
they, after a certain period of time, I'm sure that they would just decay naturally or
hmm,
kind of just fall over. But I don't know. Maybe they stick around for
well,
longer.
living humans do that too. I'm just thinking, only having to cast the to reassert your will only once a day doesn't actually seem like that much of a hassle if it doesn't cost you anything other than you have to be a strong enough mage.
Well,
How many
yes,
undead could you assert your will over at once?
depends on how powerful the magic is, but the number would be between like probably like 5 to 10 at once. So you
Okay.
can't. It also depends on how much these necromancers, how powerful they are, how dedicated they are to spending all of their magical
Hmm.
energy asserting control over undead. I would say that maybe a very powerful mage could assert control over maybe like 20 if they're very strong.
Hmm.
20 or 30
Well,
maximum.
interesting. Well, I'm wondering, 5 to 10 is not that different from the size of one assault squad. I'm wondering if you had one squad leader who was a mage of intermediate strength with, say, 7 or 8 bone soldiers under him. Would that be cheaper to train one necromancer and maintain a small squad of 7 or 8 undead soldiers? Would that be cheaper to hire and maintain than an officer and 7 or 8 men?
Probably.
Hmm.
I mean, men need sleep, they need food, they need a place to stay. They need a lot more training than whatever the hell this guy's doing. And they also, need motivation. Those things are hard to come by, all of them together, and expensive too.
That's true. Hmm.
Though you could argue that the motivation would still have to come from the necromancer commanding the undead, but it's one person to motivate and feed and keep
Yeah.
happy than compared to 10 or more.
Yeah, lodging for undead. Um, I mean, you could just command them to just like curl up into a ball and just stay still for 8 hours while you sleep, and then they don't need a tent, they don't need food. But I guess the question is, what kind of materials do you need? Do you ever have to repair them? Do you have to swap out bones that break? Um,
Presumably they would just get more corpses, but I don't
hmm,
I don't know how they would I don't know what they would do to repair dead that are already damaged. Seems like a waste of time from my perspective.
hmm. Curious. Well, based on the conversation, it sounds like a city watch or a king's guard or a standing army. It seems reasonable that it could be composed of the undead rather
The
than
un-
the living.
if you had a big undead army, you'd have about an order of magnitude less necromancers compared to the undead. About that much. less, but not exactly.
Interesting. Worth thinking about. Um, given the fortune that we had told today on behalf of the group, I'm curious what kind of resources. And Fletcher doesn't finish the sentence. He just kind of trails off into nothing.
Like I said, all my theories could mean nothing, and they've invented some crazy thing that breaks all the laws of necromancy that I understand. I don't know everything. Maybe they have a way to maintain control over many, many undead through a single spell or a single person that I'm not aware of. But through the more typical means that I've heard of, that's how I would expect it to work.
Worth thinking about. Excuse me.
Leave the training grounds behind you. You guys are able to continue walking. Can I get perception checks from everyone as you were walking through town mid-afternoon here? Thank you.
Perception.
Do you have any?
I'm helpful.
Got one more I'm waiting on here. There it is. Thank you. Oh, what's the wisdom check for?
For a crick.
Oh, for crick. Okay. Understood. And what was Sanctum's perception check there?
7.
7. All right, then the only person who notices this is going to be Averica and Crick. I only have to send this to Averica because she'll tell Crick for me. There you go. That's all you're going to notice with check you guys made. Cool?
You guys smell that?
Know what?
I don't think so.
Wasn't me.
No, wouldn't have been. Not that. No. Cardamom and cloves. That was delicious.
What did you? What
Oh.
smells delicious?
Lead the way. If there's something you want to check out.
Do describe the scent for us.
It's like sweet and almost ginger-like.
Hmm.
Tell. Gonna pick a direction that as it seems the strongest in.
Gone.
At it.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what it was. Very strong scent for a moment.
You look around you, there's a lot of people moving around at the moment. Can't pick up who. Someone around smelled very unique.
I'm gonna have Crick weave through the crowd and see if he can. I'll just have him pick one direction and try it out.
Okay.
If
Let's roll
he can track
1d8.
it down.
And let's see if you're able to match up with what I roll here. So I'm going to roll 1d8. You did not. Crick went in the wrong direction. There's a chance.
Good try, Craig.
Yep. We let the dice decide. Crick does not find it.
Do smell that again while we're in the city. Tell me, Craig.
I gotta figure out a personality for Crick. All right. Well, evening time will come by. You guys ready to go back to the Dark Oak Inn?
Oh,
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
As you guys arrive for dinner, Linnea is going to be arriving for dinner as well. Early. Did not expect her here at this time. Did you have a good time exploring the city?
We did.
As good as we could be.
Very good. Virilyn stated that you came to visit. Stated you were quite polite. Well done.
Oh, he was such a delight. Very professional.
I find his services acceptable.
I get the sense that's high praise coming from you.
She gives you a slight nod. Well, I have spoken to Velcraxis, and he wishes to meet with you tomorrow. However,
Really?
yes, he wishes to discuss the greater aims of which we are working on. It is time that you meet your benefactor. After all, his plans involve you knowing him. I'm still to be your intermediary and your liaison, because Velcraxis is normally very busy. But your efforts have proved profitable, and it is time for you to be rewarded for your efforts. I've come bearing the fruits of those efforts after they have been studied. First, the Lumen Reliquary. She produces the first artifact you stole from the Temple of Usul back in Ryport. It looks like this. The Lumen Reliquary has been studied. Velcraxis has learned all that we need from the reliquary and is able now to justify finding it to you as a tool in order to be used in his service.
Interesting.
And what does it do exactly?
The Lumen Reliquary is a powerful artifact that requires someone attuned to it. It captures souls and holds them for a period of time. However, one must be close to the soul when the creature dies. And she is going to provide it to you. In addition to this, as the souls are contained, they cannot be raised as undead. The souls cannot be captured, consumed, or bound by necromantic magic outside of the reliquary. And the souls within the reliquary cannot be targeted by effects such as Soul Cage. Lastly, the dying creature whose soul enters this must be willing or not explicitly bound elsewhere. While contained, the captured souls will appear as motes of light within the device. While attuned to this, you will gain resistance to the necrotic energies of the various forces that you've been facing. Additionally, you will have advantage to prevent effects that will reduce your maximum hit points. Lastly, well, not lastly, but most importantly, while attuned, you and allies within 10 feet of you cannot have your souls unwillingly removed or manipulated by magical effects. There are more abilities to the device, but I leave those for you to explore. So you can add the Lumen Reliquary to your party inventory to discuss later who's going to use the thing, if anyone wants to.
I noticed some text in there that doesn't make sense. Like the sentence is not complete,
Which
or
one?
there's a missing word. It says enemies must succeed on a DC 16 Constitution save or B until the end of the next turn.
Oh, crap.
Or B.
Yeah, it's supposed to be blinded.
Oh, blinded. Okay, that would make
Get
sense.
that fixed. One sec.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
This thing is beefy.
It's a lot of things. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's a lot of things.
Fix for you guys. Blinded.
I feel like the cleric should have this piece. I was thinking myself, but then the more I heard about how it actually works, maybe not.
I think there's an argument for in the future, actually, someone other than the cleric holding on to it, just in case something happens to the cleric, we could bring them back. But I think for the moment, it would make sense.
I'm more than happy to hold it and pass it along should somebody better or more fitting feel than me.
Yeah, I am. I don't think Sanctum specifically wants this, at least not for the purpose of using it. But I am more than welcome to handing it off to him if we're in a situation where he seems practical too.
So if you guys remove and refresh, the new version should be available. It does say blinded.
Okay.
Secondly, the sepulchral anchor that you provided to me has been assembled and studied. It has revealed more of the situation. It is similar to the Lumen Reliquary, but more useful in some ways and less useful in others. Notably, the sepulchral anchor does not require attunement, but within 60 feet of the anchor, you can prevent a soul from immediately passing on for the next 24 hours. And you can then use the anchor to provide special benefits.
What kind of special benefits?
Primarily, being able to speak with the dead.
I'll immediately glare at Ebony. This may be to your liking.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. I think I would be willing to take it.
Lastly, Belcraxis has deemed that you have expended a significant amount of resources in his service. How are you doing on your potion inventory?
Good question. Let's take stock. In the party inventory, we have one potion of healing. And then in my inventory, I have one greater and 1 supreme potion of healing.
That is not
So,
enough.
what about the rest of the gang? I know we distributed what we had
I'm
amongst
holding only
us.
three
Orcs
basic
have a
ones.
single potion of healing on me. That's all I got.
At 5.
It is important
I
that you
think
have the
I'm-
ability to
yeah.
heal and restore yourselves. And
I think I'm the only person with a potion of healing larger than regular size.
understood.
I think everybody else just has basic ones.
Very well. And she's going to reach into the back end of her glove. And she's going to begin pulling potions out of an extra dimensional space. She's going to place them on the table before you guys. Here are 24 potions of healing and 12 potions of greater healing.
24 potions of healing. That goes, the party inventory is going to, party inventory is going to 25 regular potions of healing and 12 potions of greater healing. Okay.
That should allow you to remain active. It's important that you be able to serve Velcraxis. And without the appropriate resources, your failure would be resting on me for not supplying with the necessary components. Will this be sufficient for the time being?
Probably. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, we expect you to be at the docks tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions?
What should we expect tomorrow exactly? Just a meet and greet, information on our next task, anything else?
Well, Craxus has not spoken to me regarding his intentions for you. You will meet with me at the docks, at which point we will board the ship, and we will travel to the Chained Basilica. Birlin Cost will drive us there. We will disembark and enter the Chained Basilica, where we will meet with Velcraxis. You will behave yourselves, or I will execute you. You may ask questions of Velcraxis once he has provided you an opportunity to do so. He is patient and calculating, but he does not brook humor. Unlike me.
All right. Fletcher notes internally that this is one of the least humorous people he's ever met. So, absolutely no funny business around Velcraxis.
This is her view of a joke.
Right, she knocked it out of the park with that one.
It was genuinely a coin flip
Yeah.
whether she was joking or being deadly serious.
Both. It's both. The coin lands on edge. Just saying. Very well. Do you have questions regarding the city? Or of me? Or of
Not immediately.
Velcraxis that I can ask or answer?
Who built this city?
We did, and we built it on rock and roll. Sorry.
I knew that. I knew that.
Yep.
I'll give you that.
Sorry. You triggered
The
GM.
things DMs
Damn
do
it.
to avoid lore dropping.
Okay. Let me get back into character. I apologize. That the way
Let's
you
take you out
phrased
of
it
it.
just broke Geomeric. I apologize,
I'm glad
guys.
we were all thinking it though.
I've been real serious for 2.5 hours. I've done really, really well, but I cracked at that. I apologize. You asked who built the city. Let me grab that real quick here for you guys, because I did not expect that question, and she will answer that one.
Who built this city?
God dang it. Sounds like you're doing it on purpose. All right.
Oh, that's because I am.
All right.
I just
So-
think Sanctum would be curious.
Feyrathis was originally created by a group of ancient necromancers. I'm trying to find their names, and I am not pulling it up at the moment. Currently, the content plan document is 114 pages.
It's understandable.
And it grows. Not finding their names right off here. But the powerful
It's okay.
necromancers formed the city in response to the fact that they were exiled from the nearby country of Wasia and Tarvir. So we're going to pull up the map here so we can do a little bit of geography. You guys love geography, especially this group.
Woo.
So as we pull up the map and we zoom out and we come down here towards Tarvir and Wasia up top. Noctra and Verathis was formed after a dissenting group split off from Wasia and from Tarvir, and the necromancers managed to forge an independence in Noctra very long ago. It was after the Sky Islands fell, and they came here using the necromantic forces that they harvested from Wasia and Tarvir and betrayed their country people, formed the country, and have been here ever since. They are viewed as outcasts, and Tarvir and Wasia occasionally attempt to reclaim their dead from within the country of Noctra.
Huh.
And Linnea is going to smile at that and say, without much great success. Instead, they add to our ranks whenever they attempt to infiltrate the city.
Got a
That
good thing
is the
going.
efficiency of having a dead army.
Indeed. So if you see the Tabaxi in here, or the Nords, or the Wasians, I should say, they look Nordic, but the Wasians, if you see the Tabaxi or the Wasians here, that is why. They have come seeking their dead, and we have claimed them.
Except for me, apparently.
You were chosen because of your disconnection with Tarvir. Your lack of adherence to the Red Claw gives you autonomy that Velcraxis was seeking. At some point during this campaign, I suspect, but do not know, that we will be sent to Tarvir for some purpose. It is the only reason why a Tabaxi would have been chosen.
You want me to infiltrate?
No, I do not want anything. Velcraxis may desire specific actions of you. What those are, I do not know. I am simply
Interesting.
deducing based off of the fact that you are here as opposed to another more powerful necromancer.
Oh, so I'm not good enough for you.
I do not say that. You are what Velcraxis has provided to me and has chosen. You are sufficient, but you are not superior as of yet.
Interesting.
This is not a slight, but rather a statement of fact. There are more powerful necromancers within this city. We've seen them, I'm certain.
That is clear to me.
Well, Craxus has chosen you for a reason and has not divulged that to me, in spite of my curiosity. Each of you has been chosen for a specific purpose. A strig without arms, who is creative and may deal with fiends. A tabaxi not beholden to the red claw. A Verica. Your purpose here is known to me, and I will not disclose that to the rest of your friends. But I know that you know. Fletcher, you are here because you are powerful, and we needed someone with ambition and desperation. Cleric of Anwa, of course, is here because every party requires a divine connection in Velcraxus's plan, and you are ostracized by your faith. Perfect for what we have in mind. And Rem, your state is a mystery to me. I have been told that you are perfect for this. I do not know why you are here.
Well, that makes two of us, I suppose.
He nods. It may have to do with your burden. Are there any other questions I can answer?
Suppose
Why
not.
are you taking us to see Valcraxis? So far, Valcraxis has supposedly had things he wanted us to do, and you've been able to convey those to us. We go and do them, and then we get paid. Why do we need to see the big man personally?
Because he has wished it. If Velcraxus
Fletcher
desires
will
something, I enact it.
just shrug.
I do not know Velcraxus's reasoning. I do not believe that it is my job to question him. The last person who questioned Velcraxus as far as his purpose in things has now been spiked upon the bridge. I don't intend to end up on a bridge.
Fletcher makes two mental notes this time. Number one, don't question Velcraxis. And number two, at some point we need to check out this bridge and see how many heads are on it.
Yeah.
Other than bridge, I did have one question about the city.
Yes.
Should we find ourselves with another off day, are there any things that you suggest we should check out the city to kind of get to know our surroundings better?
I'm sorry, I'm not certain I understand what you mean.
Well, I mean, there's it, but is there anything else that is kind of known that would be important landmarks to go see, like any temples or
She blinks at you.
significant?
Do you mean for personal enjoyment?
Not me personally, but just other than the kind of necromancy going around, I'm not quite sure what this city is known.
The city is known for its necromancy and its loyalty to Demarath.
And does Demarath have any temples here?
Yes.
Is that kind of...
But why would one visit the Temple of Demarath except to be supplicant to him?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know much about him, and I'm always happy to learn.
Velcraxis worships Demarath. And by association, I serve Velcraxis and perform Demarath's will through Velcraxis, as do you. Going to the temple has no
Noted.
purpose save for personal vanity and curiosity.
Well,
For the record, this is GM Eric being like, she doesn't want you to go because she thinks it's a waste of time. You guys can absolutely go.
yeah.
Cool.
No, that makes sense.
This is not the GM trying to dissuade you. It's her being like, this is frivolous. Why bother?
Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense with the way she's been acting too.
Yeah, she is 100% business. At least so far. You guys could crack her. We'll see. As far as
Well-
other mirthful activities, I'm afraid I would not know. If you wish to see the heads of the people who have crossed Velcraxis, you can find them on the High Iron Bridge.
I'll make note. Thank you.
They're best viewed at sunrise.
Fletcher doesn't think that there's a best time to view heads on spikes, but he decides not to say that,
Yeah.
to voice that opinion out loud.
That's valid. From Fletcher's perspective, that's 100% valid, but the fact that she has actually stated that there's a best time to view the heads, it's supposed to be off-putting.
I felt like it was a mix of off-putting, but a sign that we had not cracked her, but it seems to be the first thing she's told us that enjoyment rather than business.
A little bit, yeah. At least admiration, yeah.
Yeah. It's something that she may enjoy, which feels like the first thing outside of just serving Velcraxis.
A little bit. America thinks the best time is immediately after putting them there. Wow.
It doesn't say it out loud.
No, it doesn't say it out loud. Has not stated it out loud. Not canon. Just it's there. Yep. Internal thought. Well, I wish you a good night. I will see you at the ship in the morning. Sleep well. And you, Rem. He nods, not saying anything else, and leaves.
I'll be well.
Melody's going to come out from the hallway where she's been listening to the whole thing. I really think she's odd.
That wouldn't be the word I would have used, but I can't disagree.
I'd expect you'd be a strange person if you're a servant to someone like Valcraxis. Such a
Someone who
dedicated
calls
servant.
themselves the Bone Tyrant. You mean? I learned something from this interaction. I thought Velcraxis was some kind of god. It didn't occur to me that he might be in service himself to one that he views as being above him. Interesting. I wonder if
I do
Velcraxis is just a
He
guy.
might, I think that he, from his power in the city, maybe more than just a guy, but assuming
Oh,
we all get the
certainly.
same ones, I believe he mentioned in his original letter that he served, or at least was like the mouthpiece for Demarath.
Your memory is better than mine. I might have to go back and reread that.
I've been seeding stuff since before episode 1. Try to stay consistent with the story. You guys are a fun group because you pay attention to everything. My groups are.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, as dinner is served tonight, it's going to be fried chicken with a side of green beans and a large house salad. Melody is going to sit next to Fletcher. Finish my book.
Can we help you get another one?
That'd be nice. I do like walking around town. It's refreshing to be able to get out, be in public, and not be afraid.
I hear what you're saying. There's you probably overheard earlier that we've been asked to take a little boat trip.
I did.
Um,
You know, I have a problem with that, right?
I imagined you'd be staying here. I wasn't expecting that the journey would be more than one day. Um, I I don't know if Linnea would be willing for you to accompany us.
I'm not
I'm
sure I
happy
want
to
to.
ask her. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you would want to either. But
I don't think I can cross the water, Fletcher.
I we've I don't know what kind of water we'll be crossing. But yeah, regardless, I agree that it's an extra complication. Um, are we still in a group? Um, are we like at the
Dining
we're at the
room?
dinner
Yeah.
table, right? And everyone's
Yes.
talking. Yeah. Fletcher's going to explain to the table that his wife has a bit of seasickness and prefers to stay on land when possible. But
I don't exactly like boats.
yeah, I wouldn't object if you wanted to stay here, because I imagine we'll be returning afterwards, and we can ask Linnea in the morning.
As long as you're going to be safe.
But
That's all I worry about. Belcraxis guy, he's in charge of the city, but full of necromantic energies. And while we're being treated well, I'm not sure if this is a great place.
I'm not sure either. It has its advantages, but I'm curious that the king wants to see us in person, and we can. Well,
I think he's a king.
when
I
we
think
get back
he's just Lord Velcraxis.
when we get back tomorrow. Go on.
Heard him referred to as Lord Velcraxis, not a king.
I mean, I'll call him whatever title he wants to be called, but I get the impression he's effectively the king of this city based on how other people speak of him.
Smart. You don't want to piss him off.
I definitely heard that, and I will well, we can discuss it when we come back tomorrow. We can talk about what Velcraxis wants from us. We can talk about why you wanted to see us in person, and we can talk about whether we want to stay here or move on.
Okay.
But for tonight, I think there's nothing to worry about. I think we go to bed. I think we get up tomorrow and we get our next job, and we go from there.
Can you pass the salad, please?
Oh, of course.
What kind of dressing is that?
Smells balsamic. I don't know, but I'll try it.
It's good. Notably, there's a good taste of garlic to it. Do you warn her about the garlic balsamic vinegar dressing?
If it's relevant, I would tell her I don't think it's to her taste.
Okay. It is very definitely not to her taste.
Okay.
Based off of the information that you have provided me as a player about this character, do not want her to consume that dressing. That.
Very well.
Cool. How about the rest of you guys? What are you guys doing this evening?
I'm going to take some time and try and tinker with the crystal, which was named Francis, the purple crystal. I'm going to try to fashion it into like a necklace of some sort and then put it around Celestia, if I can successfully tinker that.
Sure. Let's do your sleight of hand check. Don't roll a 1. You easily do so.
I want to roll sleight of hand.
Are we stealing now?
Hand. It's not stealing. I got to mix it up somehow.
Yes, sir.
Appropriating.
Excessive. Sleight of hand. The hand is trying to. Technically, it is trying to swipe something off Sanctum to set it up.
Okay.
Somewhere in the building. Interesting. I suppose it's your discretion on whether or not Sanctum, like, what would constitute passing on noticing this.
What is your passive perception Sanctum?
Let me remember where to find that. 12. It is 12.
So you do not notice. Or you do notice, just barely.
This demon hand is crawling out of Sanctum's bag with a like a toy spider of sorts, like a wind-up toy. And Sanctum's gonna sort of catch it with a claw before it manages to wander off. Sanctum infers that the hand was trying to go set this up somewhere, so someone would walk through a door and walk into this wind-up spider.
Awesome.
But we'll just call it foreshadowing. You don't know why he's trying to do that or what it would do. Yeah. He just swipes it and throws it back in his bag.
Understood. How does the hand respond?
It scurries away on the floor like a spider.
Understood. Hides behind a chair leg and gives you the finger again. Cool. All right, America, you doing anything this evening?
Get out the dragon chess set. See if anyone wants to play.
Okay.
Ebony will play.
Cool. Let's get you D100s. Plus int.
Int would be +4.
Yep. Understood. Well, Averic is still winning.
I feel like
my
my openings are sort of tried against you. Maybe I need to figure out something new.
If you do, I need to learn more of your little tricks.
I'll try something different next time. That's for sure.
Well, as the day winds down, Melody's going to take Fletcher upstairs and I'll go to sleep after maybe feeding.
Fletcher's going to suggest that it's important for him to have all his wits about him tomorrow, just in case
Very well.
something goes wrong. And this would be a good night for Melody to fast.
Very good. She will do so. All right. As we pan to the bedrooms where everyone goes to sleep. Anyone doing anything else before bed? 5, 4, 3, 2,
Nada.
1. No. Cool. Rem, you cease to exist.
Bummer.
Classic.
Celestia wakes up.
It's
What?
nighttime.
It is nighttime. What is Celestia's headspace as she wakes up, wrapped up once again?
As always, she's extremely annoyed as she has to kind of like wiggle out of this tight wrapping. Extremely frustrated that Rem did not get his fortune told, and of course that she didn't get the opportunity to tell her fortune, which she's going to angrily write in their shared journal. She's gonna peek out and see if anyone else is awake because she's not sure what time it is. So I guess it would depend on how late it is at that point.
It would be about 10:30, 11.
Is anyone else awake?
Sanctum would be. He's an owl.
She's just gonna barge right into your room if it's like the door's open at all or it's clear that you're awake.
Oh, it's a shame. You're we're done with the testing of the sort of
I
like
did
gestures
see
and
that. And it's fully working now.
presumably. We
I won't
shall
deny
see
it.
tomorrow, won't we?
I'm somewhat tempted to take a swing at it again just to see it. Again, it's kind of blurry, the things I see, but it seemed to be very successful.
Is that why you've come into my room to strike me with a sword?
Well, it's more, if I spend another night just cooped up in one room, I was going to go crazy.
Well, have it be another room then. You're welcome in. I've got plenty of things that you could hold for me.
She's definitely going to look at all of the things that you're working on. And what are these supposed to do? She'll poke at some just like mangled wire, bits of metal.
Those are going to trigger a mechanism which will blind anybody who touches something. I haven't decided yet.
How do you come up with the idea for all of these?
I usually don't come up with it, it just sort of happens. But I tend to look at anything around, and I can find inspiration. You tack on the right parts to anything, it instantly improves. He's going to pull out a ball, sort of like a leather wrapped, about the size of a baseball. And he'll sort of slide it across the table with his wing to you, and he'll say, like, give that a toss.
At something in particular, or just in the air?
Underhanded, ideally. Just roll it across the floor.
Is your devil hand around?
I would say no. I would say it's presently, like, not active. Like, he was using lemon as his makeshift hand.
Yeah, after 10 o'clock, the devil hand has to go away.
Yeah, well, he's also built so many mechanical hands now, he does not need to rely on it as much. But it's not
That's
around.
fair.
Out of 10.
Yeah, she'll roll it across the room.
So as this works, and I'll display it. This is a ball that mimics the sounds of like footsteps as it rolls across the floor. Audible to you and I, doesn't trigger any checks because we know it's happening. But he'll say, like, Anything is a vessel for something useful. You just have to find the right crevice to fit an infusion into.
That's so interesting. And this works, I assume, on all sorts of flooring. It doesn't. Does it change to sound like a new location?
Well, the one you've thrown is pretty locked into its leather boot sounds, but I hadn't thought of that. A conditional sound release based on terrain. Lemon, jot that down. And the snake will sort of like wake up from a nap, unfurl, and it starts sort of writing down what you've written. You're quite good at this.
I mean, it's just interesting. I haven't seen many trinkets and tools like this. I can't say I'm excited about being here in general, but Rem does seem to have found some interesting people at least.
Many have the capability, but few have the follow through.
I don't know if that many people have the capability, I'll be honest. She's just rolling this ball back and forth across the room, kind of bouncing it off the wall.
Well, as they say, when inspiration comes knocking, Lemon will... he'll use his defender, actually, to grab a mug from the table to take a drink from it. And you just hear, like, the nondescript knocking on a door from far away, from wherever the door in the room is, as he drinks this.
She's gonna turn before, I'm guessing, piecing together that this seems to be coming from the mug, as in the source of the magic.
What are you looking at?
Is that... Okay, is it supposed to do that? Or was this a failed experiment? Or is there someone knocking and I'm just...
Cocks his head. Not sure what you're talking about. He sips from it again. The knocking occurs.
I can't tell if that's extremely useful or just generally made to annoy people.
What's the difference, really?
I guess this depends on the goal. I don't mean to keep you awake, of course. I just, don't. Yeah, I sleep enough myself during the daytime for the most part, so...
If you knew much of my kind, you'd know. These are working hours.
Well, if there's anything I can help with, I'm happy to lend a hand.
Yeah, unless you have anything specific, I think it would make sense to sort of like pull the camera back as Sanctum is sort of gesturing for her to aid with grabbing stuff and putting it into place.
Cool.
100%. Yeah, I'm happy to help out with any sort of tinkering you do, whether you make a check or not for anything.
Yeah, I don't have anything lined up that he would necessarily need to check for, but it's Sanctum. He's tinkering
You're
with
tinkering.
something.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. At what point during the night does Celestia get tired?
I feel like she's going to be, even if she's starting to get tired, fighting to stay awake as long as possible, to the point of either she feels like she can't stay awake. Yeah, sorry, Maya.
No apologies. She's got a 4 out of 5 sneeze twice tonight, so...
Oh, those are the only
Power
ones
to
that
her.
the microphone's caught.
Gesundheit.
She needs a handkerchief or something, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Celestia will try to stay awake as long as possible. I assume at some point either Sanctum will get tired, need to go to sleep, or she'll feel like she just can't stay awake any longer and she has to head back. Unless, of course, it suddenly hits and she just gets conked out randomly.
Does not get conked out randomly. So
Great. In that case, she'll hang out until Sanctum gets tired and then probably head back to her room, write more of her thoughts in the journal, mostly yelling at Rem, telling him that he should have looked into more cursed stuff while he was at the library.
You're hanging out with an owl, bro.
True, but the owl's got to sleep eventually.
Just as a heads up.
Keep in mind, she's been asleep for like 4 days at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. I think realistically he's working till probably like 4:30 a.m.
Okay.
At which point, sort of clears the table, shoos you out.
Yeah, she'll stay the whole time, asking a whole bunch of needless questions, while trying to be helpful and sometimes being helpful.
Cool.
Yeah,
When
Sanctum
she-
will answer and give you 3 additional answers you didn't ask for about whatever thing he's handing at the time.
So as you return to the bedroom, no one else is awake at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Celestia? Do you just go to sleep, or after writing the journal, do you go to bed, or are you going to try to stay up and meet the rest of the guys and go on this adventure?
She's gonna first raid the kitchen downstairs, and then she's gonna try to stay awake if she can. But she will, after she grabs some food, return to the room, and if she stays awake, great. And if she falls asleep, well, she's kind of used to not knowing.
There's enough food for a cold cut sandwich that she can, some ham, a couple pieces of bread, some mayo and some mustard. Establish some horseradishes there.
Some
7-Up.
7-Up.
It's
She's going to try to get ready and worry that maybe she will be awake and be part of the group going to see Locrixis, and thinks to herself, this might be one of the few times that she'd be okay being asleep. But on the other hand, how often do you get a chance to meet a demon lord?
So, does she sleep or not?
She's going to stay awake.
She's going to stay awake. Okay. Well, the rest of the party will wake up. As you guys wake up in the morning, you guys come down the stairs. There's no sign of Rem, but Celestia is there.
Oh, you're awake.
Yeah, for the whole night so far. Only a little tired at this point.
Well, hopefully you don't fall asleep while we're visiting Valkraxis.
Do we think the invitation extends to me specifically as well?
I would be confused if it wasn't, considering that either way you were going to be there, regardless of whether you were awake or not.
Yeah, you're kind of part of the team. And you're as much of the team as Rem is part of the team. And yeah, I think whichever one of you happens to be awake during the meeting is, I can't imagine that wouldn't be acceptable.
I appreciate that thought, Fletcher. Again, it's strange watching you all and seeing all the things you've done together, and having only really spoken with you all a few times at the same sense. And Fletcher, where's your wife? I haven't met her yet.
Oh, she was still asleep when I got up, but maybe she might come down before. She might come downstairs before we depart. We'll see if that happens.
Okay, well, if I do fall asleep before she comes down again at some point, please tell her I said hello. I absolutely love her hair, and I'd just love to get a chance to speak with her and know more about her and how you two met. I don't think you've talked about that at all that I heard. There's got to be a good story there. And just, how did you two get married? Where did you get married? I feel like no one's been asking the important questions here.
I'll pass it along next time we have a moment. I'm sure she would love to answer. She would love to talk about those things with you.
Sent you a message there, Fletcher, in Discord.
Scene.
I don't know if that's something we could do. It might be fun.
I think actually Anthony's going to be gone next week.
Oh, okay.
I am tragically, yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to put that off then. That's okay. All right. Well, as you guys get ready for the day, you guys will wait for Linnea to show up. And before she does, we're going to end for today. Because you're supposed to meet her down at the docks at 11 o'clock. But I get to say the lovely words that every group likes to hear. Level up.
We are hitting level 4.
Yay.
Voila.
Because you guys hit milestone points today.
Nice.
And I'm not going to tell you what the milestone was, but you guys did really well collecting a ton of lore tonight. You guys did a lot of stuff that I was very impressed with. You guys did a lot of investigation, figured out a lot of things tonight, so good up, guys. I know I've got big mysteries behind the scenes here for you guys. I hope they're fun. I hope the reveals that you guys are discovering, like the fact that the library is actually the library of the Reclaimers, and what they're trying to reclaim is the power of the city. You guys are figuring that out. It's kind of fun. Otherwise, guys, I'm going to stick around with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and send our viewers off, because you don't want to sit here and listen to us level up and stuff. But as always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of great GMs out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. You know, someone wants to play my games, I'd love to talk to them about getting involved. We got some really cool special events coming up. If you do not come to the hangout last Sunday evening, we are talking about the next Battle Royale. It's coming up fairly soon. Look for that announcement very, very soon. So that's going to be announced to Patreon first, and then subsequently on the Discord. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. Please stay safe. We'll be back on Friday morning with the Toivo and Sea Dogs as they continue the Trial of Unity inside of the Tidal Concordance, as they are dealing with all sorts of really interesting encounters.